an indictment filed by the Office of Special Narcotics Prosecutor charged 5 individuals in a sophisticated conspiracy to smuggle millions of dollars in cocaine from Puerto Rico to New York and Massachusetts via the U.S. Postal Service. Intercepted packages contained a total of 30 kilograms of cocaine over 66 pounds, concealed inside children's lunchboxes and school binders. The actual postal inspector actually got wind of this first. The long-term investigation conducted by the DEA, New York, and the United States Postal Services Investigation Services in carrying out the charged conspiracy, which ran from May 2020 to July 2021, accused ringleader Carlos, aka Showtime, and ALG, allegedly shipped numerous packages containing cocaine from Puerto Rico to New York and Massachusetts. The investigation revealed the two worked as managers representing record artists in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Both are residents of New York. Frequent travel in connection with this work allegedly served as a cover for the narcotic related activity. So these guys actually owned a record label. Earlier this year, agents, officers, and inspectors arrested Showtime at his home in New York and recovered approximately 400 grams of the white powdery substance, some of which tested positive for cocaine in a field test. Multiple cell phones from the residents in a court authorized search. He was arrested in front of a record studio located in New York, Yonkers, and he had approximately $12,000 on him. A court ordered search of his home in the Bronx, and they recovered $32,000, various records, and a Rolex watch. And they face a top narcotics charge operating as a major trafficker. Other charges contained in the indictment include conspiracy in the second degree, criminal sale of a controlled substance, criminal possession of a controlled substance, first and third degree. And while charges in the indictment relate to the United States Postal Service's packages containing approximately 15 kilograms of cocaine, the investigation resulted in a seizure of roughly twice that amount. And you see, they basically, I mean, there was actually fingerprints on the actual packages, so they didn't even wipe them down before they actually sent them out either. During the investigation, the U.S. Postal Service identified several hallmark of packages sent by the organization and uncovered a more extensive pattern involving 100 similar packages shipped since May 2020. Packages were shipped to residents' address in New York State, including Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, Greene County, as well as Massachusetts. Often the names recipients were either fictitious or were actually individuals not associated with that particular address. And frequently, the return address were in New York, despite the packages originated in Puerto Rico. At least two packages bore the return address of a luxury clothing boutique in Upper Manhattan. Between May 2020 and April 2021, fingerprint analysts allegedly linked the defendants to 6 packages. Fingerprints were allegedly found on 2 packages and on 4 packages for both defendants, and on 1 package associated to the second individual. The packages contain a total of 8 kilograms of cocaine concealed inside children's lunchboxes and zip binders. The lunchboxes bore images of popular cartoon characters. On January 2021, surveillance footage in Puerto Rico showed Showtime shipping a package destined for 2925 Colden Avenue in Williamsburg, a neighborhood of the Bronx, which is the residence of the second individual. And then they observed the package being delivered to that actual address in January 22, 2021. He allegedly exited with a gray shopping bag, discarded what appeared to be a white postal box, and gave the bag to the second individual. Um, they observed a vehicle moved around the actual back seat. An agent and officer stopped the vehicle in the vicinity of the Boston Road and recovered approximately 2 kilograms of cocaine concealed in children's lunchboxes inside a hidden trap compartment in the back seat area. So there was a compartment in the actual back seat area of the vehicle. They also possessed a small quantity of fentanyl, but on his person though. And on April 2021, um, they actually found some cash and a kilo press equipment used in packaging narcotics. They actually observed they actually got them in a lot of movements too. They tracked down the packages, and they just basically put a tail on them, and they actually caught a lot of their actual movements in and out of town, dropping off and picking up packages basically. So as they were tracking these actual movements down, they actually tracked down Showtime later that month. He traveled to the U.S. Mexico border in Texas and New Mexico, and on June 21, 2021, he allegedly sent a box via the U.S. Postal Service, listing his own name as both the recipient and the sender. So he was sending a package to himself. I don't know how that works. I don't think that worked out. That worked out very good for him. And a quote here: "Concealing narcotic drugs in children's lunchboxes was the most modus operandi for this organization. If this tactic was designed to throw off law enforcement, it didn't work." But so yeah, so these guys had a pretty good operation, man. They had everything good too. I wonder how time they got away with it. And we'll see how much time they actually give them. Okay, guys, talk to you guys later.